is, you know, Sandra. It's best part of 2 years he was more or less lying to me, saying his divorce hadn't come through.
Where were you when the brains was dished out, Glenn? They publish lists. You can find out.
But I'm trusting me. Used to be. Thing is now, you know, I've been engaged that long. When they ask, it's me saying his divorce hasn't come through yet.
If it was me, he'd have the skids under him.
But, like, after 6 years, you can't just throw all that away.
Glenn, you're talking about the best years of your life. And you don't have to throw them away. They go down the drain on their own accord. They've gone. Glug. He's getting everything too easy. And I assume I'm right when I say everything.
Eh? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
You want to knock that on the head? At last. When I think 6 years ago that man got the highly commended in a Saturday Night Fever contest. Now look at him.
She's going. At last. God, what a cow.
Who is?
That's Sandra. God, she gets right up there. And Glynis listens to her. If she's so smart, if she knows so much about men, how come she's divorced 2 husbands? Right, Mr. Stanley. See you tomorrow down at pitch, Wes.
Yeah, night.
Don't you two live in the same house anymore?
Glennis is on her own at home. And her mum and dad have gone to Preston for a funeral, but they're staying on a few days because it's Fiesta Week or something.
Oh, well, a good funeral in Preston. It's what running the Bulls is to that other place.
You know what I think, Mr. Stanley? This sex business, it's the biggest enemy you can have where ambition is concerned.
Well, right. Well, you take your great boxers, like. There's no way a trainer's going to let his contender get up to any of that before a big fight.
No way.
And I'm talking about weeks. Well, months even.
Right.
You've got to channel your energies. That's where all your drive and aggression comes from.
Mind you, I don't think you're wise giving it up altogether.
Oh, no, not altogether.
Well, maybe the best thing would be like, you know, what dentists say about sweets for children.
How do you mean?
Well, most of the time you do without entirely, then you have one special day when you go mad and stuff yourself. I thought you were stopping round at Glennis's.
So did I.
You had a row, have you?
Too right. No fiancé of mine says that to me.
What?
Good night. See you tomorrow. I mean, we've been engaged 6 years. We've got a bit beyond the good night kiss on the doorstep. That woman is starting to take me for granted.
Well, she's taking you for granted.
All right. God, they think we're permanently begging for it, don't they? And they do everything they can to keep us on the go. Women. Hey, he's right that Ayatollah. They should all be wearing the whatsers. Take that girl what goes past the pitch every morning. Her jeans go in and out with every pore.
Well, so do your eyeballs, Cyril. I mean, you're always hanging round the front of the car pitch. I only know when she's gone past because I can hear you wincing and groaning. You can't blame women, Cyril, for the way nature made them.
You don't hear Madonna complaining, do you? She is just ruthlessly exploiting what nature's given her. And she's teaching a whole generation of girls all over the world to do the same. Hey, well, I've twigged, I've seen through it, and I'm not going to put up with it anymore.
Come off it, Cyril. Hey, when little Miss Watson goes past tomorrow like a big helping of boiling-the-bag dumplings, you will be there. Salivating.
I will not.
You're any woman, Cyril, for the asking, just like that.
Hey, I take exception to that. I'm just... Well, it's just that I've got very strong male responses, that's all.
You're not in control. That's why you'll never get anywhere, never be anything. I mean, look at boxers. They cut all that out if they're in training. Look at the Pope. A man right at the top. Once again, he's knocked it on the head.
Funny habits of kissing runways, though.
It doesn't matter what you want to be or do, Cyril. The truth is, you are not going to make it because you can't keep that business under control.
Can I? You just watch me.
Yeah? I've looked through every paper in the shop for you, and the one you're safest with is the Daily Telegraph. Definitely no page 3 girls there.
It's good of you to go for the papers, Wes. But you must see me point. I mean, when you're determined to master the beast within, you can't afford to set foot in newsagents these days. No indecent advertising.
Clean as a baby's bottle.
Good God! It's all words, practically.
Yeah, well, take it easy at first. I don't want you wearing all the skin off the end of your finger.
God, it's amazing, isn't it? How much news you can fit into space where the front end of Samantha Fox used to be. Just look at that. And it's thick and all. You know, I'm beginning to see why the eating's going out. It's quite tiring on the arms.
Hey, you got rid of the calendar and everything.
Oh, aye.
Well, that had my dental appointment on it.
Well, it's still there in the bin if you're that worried.
I'm not digging in the bin. You chucked it away. You retrieve it.
Oh, what month was it?
I'm not sure. It says 10:30 a.m. Where's Dent?
Well, if you can remember all that, how come you can't remember the rest?
It's like where the girl's supposed to be on like a Caribbean island and she's sitting in the shade doing something with coconuts.
Here you are. Where's Dent? 12:30. Coconuts. You have not paid close attention to this, Wes.
Cyril, I do not study the menu except when I am sitting down about to eat. You see, your life, it's like made up of all sorts of different things and different ideas. You have to stop dissipating your energies and filling your mind with filth. Look at Monty.
See? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. If you was having wicked thoughts and you saw them beady eyes looking at you.
No, Cyril. What I'm talking about is Monty had one pin-up, and that was a photo of Rommel. And he studied that picture because that was his goal, like, know his enemy and defeat him. And he himself was never defeated.
All this history and studying you do, it's not being weighted, is it, Wes?
Well, there's lessons to be learnt, Cyril. I mean, if he'd have had a picture of Betty Grable stuck up there, do you think he would have won the Battle of Waterloo?
Black magic's got me in a spell. That old black magic that
You're right, Wesley.
so well.
Cyril's act is definitely shaping up. But pie sales are very markedly down.
There's something there now that wasn't there before, like intensity. And he's bringing the act down into the audience more.
You're the mate that fate had me created for. Whoa, and every time your lips meet mine.
If he brings it down any further, I'm going to throw buckets of water over him.
No need, Mr. Stanley. And it's all because he himself has mastered the beast within.
Well, I suppose he might as well when the beast within is doing without. They're actually applauding. You know, Wesley, there's no telling how far he'll come on if you can keep him off the other.
Well, I had a word with Eddie Mealy on the phone.
Eddie Mealy? Well, if you can get bookings from Eddie, you've cracked it.
Well, he can't make it next Tuesday, but he'll do his best to be here the Friday.
Well, not till Friday.
Well, if not then, the following Tuesday. Or the one after.
It's a fair while, isn't it?
You know, Glenn, I've been thinking about the years you and Cyril have been together.
Yeah, it is a long time now.
Yeah. He's been a right swine to you, hasn't he?
God, are you giving me a hand, though, Glenys?
I always do, you know that.
Oh, but I mean, with things being, like, strained between you and our Cyril.
That's got nothing to do with you, though, Mrs. McGregor. Even if me and Cyril finished, I'd still look on you as a friend, Mrs. McGregor.
Oh, well, I'm touched, Glenys. And you know perfectly well if ever you're in need of someone you can turn to, like for counsel and understanding.
Tell me, Mrs. McGregor, do you think it's right men respect you more if, like, you don't always give them everything they want?
Oh, well, you're asking the wrong person there. Just as I started getting the hang of saying no, they stopped asking.
I don't think you're being fair to yourself, Mrs. McGregor, with your experience, though.
Oh, well, I've always been lucky, Glenys. I don't think I'm letting any cats out the bag, am I? If I say I've known a few men in my time.
Well, that's what I mean.
But I can honestly say there's always been that respect there right from the start. I mean, Mr. McGregor, he wouldn't have had no time at all for your women's lib. But it was, right after we were married. I remember him saying to me, Dolly, he said, I respect your right to call your Saturday night your own. And it was a rule with him every Saturday night. Soon as he'd finished his tea, put a clean tie on and be out the house. I remember saying to him, it's all right. I don't mind if you stop in. But he said, no, Dolly, it's your night. You're entitled to your peace and quiet. See, I have been lucky.
Didn't he never take you out?
Oh, yeah. With him being inspector on the trams, we went everywhere. We explored all over that way. Like he said, a ride on the tram for entertainment and meeting people beats all your dance halls and picture houses. Of course, he never held with picture houses.
Didn't he?
He'd go, under protest like, but not very often. He believed it was bad for you to be sitting in the dark.
It's not. It goes dark every night. It's natural.
Oh, no, that's different. See, like he used to say, in picture houses, it's artificial dark you're sitting in. Same as artificial light, but it's the artificial dark that's bad for you.
I never knew that. Mind you, they've probably improved it a lot since then days.
I know why you're inquiring, though, Glenys. There's something not right between you and our Cyril.
You're very sensitive, Mrs. McGregor.
Oh, I could see when we're in the laundry, plain as day. I could see the way you were chucking his underpants in the spin dryer.
I know what I would like to put through the spin dryer. Or preferably to pissy mangles have gone out, isn't it?
Hi, ma'am. Cyril's not here yet, is he?
No.
Have you got a minute, Glenn?
Well, I haven't got long. I've got to get back because there's still me load going. Because the big machines were all full and I didn't have enough tens, you see. So what I did was...
Glenys, can you distribute the information about what you did down the laundrette on a need-to-know basis, please?
Sorry, but life gets more complicated all the time, doesn't it?
Well, life is as complicated as we make it, Glenn. And, of course, the thing that really makes it complicated is this business of male and female, isn't it?
Oh, true, that is, Wes.
I've been meaning to have a word with you about that.
Cyril asked you to talk to me, is that it?
No.
Oh.
No, I just know that things aren't exactly between you and Cyril right now. So I thought it was time I stepped in.
Really, Wes?
Well, so long as you don't think I'm talking out of turn or anything.
No, not at all, Wes. Far from it. I mean, if only you'd spoken out sooner.
Right. Well, come with me for a minute.
I remember Cyril saying that to me the first time. Mind you, I don't think it was quite the full 60 seconds in the end.
It's in your own interest too, Glenys. I mean, we've got to make things as easy as we can for him.
But where's your his brother?
At first, it must be like when you're giving up smoking and you're thinking about it all the time, and it's hard, I know, but after a while, it just becomes normal. I mean, look at Lester Pickett. I mean, must have been about 30 years starving and wasting. Never had a square meal.
30 years? Lester Pickett?
Yeah, and I mean, you wouldn't be leaving chocolate eclairs lying round his room now, would you? So let's make sure he's not stashing any girly magazines anywhere.
Wes, what are you talking about?
Cyril's career and my 15%. And your future happiness as Mrs. McGregor with the fur coats and everything. I mean, you've seen how much his actors come on, The Voice. Everything is so much better. Now, I want you to just carry on doing what you've been doing.
Or not, as the case may be.
Like keeping the whole thing off the physical plane. And next Tuesday, I've got Eddie Melia coming to hear him. And if he goes down well, lift off.
Next Tuesday? Can't he come before?
Is there a word for it, Wes?
What?
The opposite of aphrodisiac.
Yeah. Before a dizzier.
Who are you writing to?
Lord Longford.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, I think I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, sure, you knock off.
See you then.
Right. Dear Lord Longford, I would put up an idea I don't think has been thought of. As you know, the average Russian squaddy would give a month's wages, about 50p in a bag of cabbage leaves, I believe, for a single copy of Playboy. Why not hold all the porn as a strategic military weapon to be used in the days of tension leading to the outbreak of war? Hello, Rathbone Motors? Mr. Melia? What, change of plans? Wait, yes, tonight. Of course he can do a spot. At the Blue Cockatoo. Oh, why, yeah, I happen to know the management there are practically begging him. Mr. Melia, would I waste your time? I tell you, this boy, he's ready for it. Hi, Mum, where you off?
Tell you the truth, son, I'm going to do a bit of shopping, but I'm going to take my time and make it last. Run us down to the big supermarket like a good lad.
Sure, hop in.
Oh, it's very handy, this, because we can do the big shop for the week. You don't mind, do you?
No, of course not.
And then we'll be out of their way.
What do you mean, out of the way?
Well, I mean, it'll give them plenty of time on their own.
Give you what? How do you mean?
Cyril and Glenys. See, she was helping me with the bag wash, and he come home early, unexpected, like. And at first, it was icy. Icy it was between them, like. But after a bit, I could tell it was, like, beginning to defrost. So I thought, I'll nip out and do a bit of shopping. Because the thing is, to leave them to it...
Oh, God! Too late, Wesley, too late! How could you, Cyril? How could you?
How could you what, Wes?
I just said me bag was burst. Ta, Wes. You're brainless, you.
The build-up, Mr. Stanley, please, it's important. Tonight, you can make or break that boy with your intro.
Fair enough, Wesley.
And no wisecracks, well, like the last time you introduced him.
Wisecracks.
Well, when you called him the singer, they could not gag.
Fair dues, Wesley. I'll introduce him like bloody royalty. But where is he now?
Well, I don't want him diminishing his status as a pro in the eyes of a top-line agent, Mr. Stanley, so I told him not to be seen hanging around the club before he went on.
Hanging round? What you call hanging round a club, Wesley, I call an evening's work, and I'm not paying him to hang around unless I see him hang around. I hope that's understood. I want some productivity.
Wish you wouldn't do that, Cyril.
Hey, what?
Puts me all on edge. I don't know if you're going to sneeze or have a fit or what.
It's a very important night, ma'am.
All the more reason why you don't want to get all worked up.
Yeah, you're right. I'll make my way down to the club. I'll call in for the social half on the way.
It's better than walking round here like the mad axeman about to strike.
Half a bitter and a whiskey chaser, please. Over here. Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's God's gift.
Oh, not tonight, Sandra. I've got other things on my mind tonight. I don't want you needling me.
Yeah, well, it's all water off a duck's back to you, innit?
No, it isn't, Sandra. Some of the things you said over the years have really upset me.
Well, I'm amazed.
And just for the record, I think you do a bit too much of it. Just because you made a mess of your own life, there's no call to go around messing up other people's, particularly other people's who happen to be your best mate. I know you don't give two hoots about the way I feel, but as far as Glenys is concerned, it might amaze you to know I genuinely have an interest in her happiness. And when... Hey, Sandra. Hey, come on, Sandra. Look, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not you.
Where is he, Glenys?
How would I know?
Well, get on the phone, and if he's still around, tell... Mr. Melia, it's nice to see you.
Hope you're not wasting my time, Wesley. God knows I can't afford to waste it.
No danger, Mr. Melia. This is a boy I've been bringing on. I've been deliberately holding him back for the act to mature. He's ready.
What sort of lad is he to look at?
Very distinctive, Mr. Melia. You would say that, wouldn't you, Glennis? He is distinctive.
Oh, yeah.
That's the boy, Mr. Melia.
The boy? I know you said you've been waiting for him to mature. But this fella looks older than God's dog. Still, I've come now.
Terrible photograph. Terrible.
Never mind that. Let's get a drink.
Right.
He did that and all. Look, can you see that?
Oh, well, why?
He did that with the soda stream.
Oh, terrible, that. Drunk, was he?
Oh, he's bearable when he's drunk. It's when he's sober. Why do I always get mixed up with these terrible men?
Because you give the nice guys like me such a terrible time, Sandra.
I know.
It's like you go around trying to make fellas take a belt at you. Then you seem to pick the ones what do.
I know.
Look, Sandra, I've got to go. I've really got to go.
Oh, I'll be all right. Oh, thanks for listening to me anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we've, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, drinks that, eh?
Yeah. Are you joking? Are you joking?
Got down the wrong way. Oh, God.
Mum says he probably went to Nelson. I'm ringing them.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, love. The baldy fella. Yeah, he was in, but they've just left. Yes, him and his girlfriend. Yeah, he was with any road.
Well?
Well, yeah. Hey, you, monkey features.
Sorry, Glenn, no time to chat now.
No, you flipping well haven't. I've been at my wit's end trying to keep him in here. Get in there and get on.
Well, I've got to explain.
No time, get on.
Flipping heck, everybody's asking. They've just left. Here and a baldy fella and a DJ.
Very much.
What can I say, Mr. Melia? He's been singing great these last 2 weeks, and now suddenly tonight.
Yeah.
There's no accounting for it, Mr. Melia.
Wesley, I know every artist has their off nights.
I'm glad you see that, Mr. Melia.
But why is it some prat always wants me to hear them?
I don't understand it, Glenn.
Oh, don't you? Well, you should. It's your theory.
Sorry, Wes. Blew it.
What happened, Cyril?
Who was it? Who've you been with?
Just met Sandra in the pub. We just bumped into each other, that's all.
You bumped into each other. You bumped into each other. That's a nice way of putting it.
I knew she was seeing somebody behind me back.
Hang on, Chief. One at a time.
When you turn you can have what's left.
I'm sorry, love, but he needs a proper job doing. A man's job.
All right, Chief.
It looks bad if the assistant bouncer gets belted all around. Go on, Nigel.
Oh. Right, Chief. Here is your complimentary ticket for a night out in the fresh air.
I can state with perfect confidence, Glynis, there is no other woman in Cyril's life.